Hello YouTube, Dalen here again, and, well, I'm just going to talk a little more about me, again, because I don't think I really touched upon everything I like. Well, I told you I like video games, and I told you I like Star Trek. Well, I'm going to touch upon both here. Let's see, my favorite Star Trek series, I have a hard time choosing between The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Not Deep Space Nine, Voyager. The reason for that is, hell, I think it's because The Next Generation had this thing in season 1, and it was all about, oh, we have evolved past every human emotion ever, and we've transcended everything. We're basically gods now, I guess. And even now, it's really annoying. I shouldn't say even now, because I just got into Star Trek, honestly, but it's annoying. It got annoying quickly, because that's all Picard ever talked about. And especially in the neutral zone, it's pretty clear that they didn't know how to show how evolved humans were properly. So, by trying to make themselves look good, they used stereotypes in that episode. They had the stereotypical stupid, illiterate redneck, the greedy stockbroker who was all about his money, and what was she, a suburban housewife, I guess, that girl? She was the most human character out of all of them. I mean, I'm not saying the others weren't human, it's just that she was the more likable, I guess, because she offered a bit more humanity than you would think. But what I do like is how in First Contact they kind of threw that out the window, basically, and they thought, you know what? Let's let our fans know that we care about them. So, well, for one, in Season 2, they just stopped talking about it altogether. But then in First Contact, they, a lot of people call it bad writing. I honestly don't agree. It's actually genius, because it shows that no matter how advanced we think we are in technology, we're always going to be human. And Picard pretty much shows that in in First Contact. I really love that. The weird thing is, though, they once again reference Moby Dick, as they did in Wrath of Khan, which is all about Moby Dick, basically. It was, I guess they have some Moby Dick fetish. Maybe that's some kind of Gene Roddenberry thing. I don't know, but whatever. Deep Space Nine, though. Let me get this out of the way. Deep Space Nine, I think isn't that Avery Brooks? I think that's his name, who plays Cisco. If I got the actor wrong, please tell me. But I only watched the first episode, and maybe his acting gets better. The thing about me, though, is the series has to sell me. The thing about me is I only watch an episode or two before I decide if I like something or not, and that first episode really did not sell me at all. I mean, his acting was like this. And it was like this when he was angry. Okay, I'm over-exaggerating, but he's like, we gotta get out of here! Oh, no! Yeah, that's just me, though. I don't know if it's because of my blindness, but I know bad acting when I hear it. It was pretty bad. Everyone else seemed pretty quirky, too. I mean, hokey. Not quirky. Hokey. I mean everyone. It's like, we're getting paid for this, right? Okay, we'll try. That's what it feels like to me. Everyone else, you can like it, but Also, it doesn't have the Borg in it. I don't like a Star Trek series without the Borg. Except for the original series, but they didn't think of the Borg until then. They didn't think of the Borg back then, so I'm going to give that a pass. But, that's what I like about Voyager, is they get a little more in depth with the Borg, with 7 of 9. I like that. The characters also seem more human in Voyager, which is what I like about it. And again, it's basically they're basically doing away with all that we are better than everyone else trope. We are perfect now. Instead, they're just in Voyager, they're just human, makes them a little more relatable. I mean, Captain Picard is great and all, but it's probably because he's played by Patrick Stewart, one of the best actors in the world, and he can sell you, no matter who he's playing. I mean, I haven't heard him before, but I heard he was pretty good in X-Men. But, yeah, that's Start. I mean, on an Enterprise, I'm not even going to, I'm not even going to look for it. I mean, I guess I can't. I don't know anything about it, but all I know is it's a prequel, and that I heard it was terrible, so I'm not going to watch it. Now, anyway, do I like Voyager better than TNG? I don't know. I really can't decide. I think I like them both the same. But the thing is, the thing I do like about Voyager better than the Next Generation, and the thing that I don't like about it better than the Next Generation is the same thing. They're more human, which is what I like, but they're also not. They don't seem as professional or as powerful or whatever, which is what I like about the Next Generation. So it's sort of what is it, yin yang? Is that what you call it? Yin yang, whatever it's called. It's what I like better about it is also what I don't like about it compared to TNG. But it's just weird. I don't know. But anyway, back to video games. How do I play video games? Headphones. That's really all you need. Well, okay, there are a lot of games I can't play, like the Diablo games. I cannot play those games at all. You really have to see to play those. Or just play two-player and then just have the other player walk around and he'll automatically follow the player. But I can play games like the Batman Arkham games, which I need help on, obviously, but I mean when it comes to free roaming. I can play the Fable games. I can play Shadow of Mordor. That's one of my favorites. I can play any Grand Theft Auto game as long as I'm in free roam. You know, especially San Andreas is my favorite, by the way. You can basically turn your town into your own personal heaven, whatever you prefer. And speaking of that, I don't know. That game is just awesome. It's one of my favorites because what I like to do in San Andreas, and I like to go off topic as well, but what I like to do in San Andreas is, what I do is, if I'm in a pinch with a bunch of gangs coming at me, I set the cop cheat code, like, I put on all 6 stars, I think, and get a helicopter in there. They'll try and fight me, but then they'll be blocked by gangs, so they'll have to fight through the gangs. And then once they're done with the gangsters, well, I'll just turn the cops off. Well, not turn them off, I'll make him go away, and then I can basically make him declare martial law. Basically, because there will just be tons of cops everywhere. My other favorite thing to do is you put aggressive traffic mode on, and it's hilarious. What happens is, even the cops go on the aggressive mode. They'll basically just blast anyone in their way. They'll just drive by shooting, speeding through the city, mowing through everybody in the city, like, it's awesome to watch. And also, I also noticed that the cops don't bring shotguns unless you put on aggressive traffic. I mean, I had put on all 6 stars, and all they brought was their pea shooters and helicopters. Not one had a shotgun. But when I was on aggressive traffic, when I only had 2 or 3 stars on, a few had a shotgun, which was cool, but still, that was weird. My other favorite thing to do is put on riot mode. Everyone's just fisting each other, basically. Everyone's just beating the heck out of each other, and I just go around picking up the money, just salvaging everything. It's fun. It is so fun. Another game I can play is the Saints Row games. Now, granted, my problem is that you have to CD out of your crib. Well, I fixed that by blowing myself to bits in the crib. I just put on my RPG cheat code and boom! Blow myself up, I end up outside in the city. No problem. And let's see, what else? What else do I like to play? Oh, the Batman Arkham games. Oh yeah. Now, there is a problem with those games. When you fall in water, you know you have no idea where you are. And I hate that. That's why I like in the Destroy All Humans games, where you fall in water, you die. I really like that. But also, in Destroy All Humans is another good one. And it's pretty easy to figure out the game. I mean, again, I need help with the missions. But once I'm in free roam mode, just give me the controller and let me play and I can just get all the upgrades you want. Let's see, what else can I play? I can play Skyrim on the PC. The other games, there's no cheat codes, obviously, because they couldn't be bothered to program the keyboard into the Xbox 360 game itself, like they could in Black Ops, but that's not by the same company, is it? Oh well. What else? I can sort of play Call of Duty as long as I'm in the right mission. If I'm in the midst of chaos and calamity, sure. But if I have to walk around, I can't. I just can't do that. I can also play games like any of the Dynasty Warriors games I can play. Just put me in the middle of a battle or something and I can just go to town. Lord of the Rings Conquest is a pretty good one. I can't do the missions, like I said, but I can do the instant action. I always like to become the troll and maim and murder people. And, what else? What else can I play? Oh, I also like the LA Noir series. No, wait, not LA Noir. I mean, I could play that, I guess, but I never tried. What was it called? True Crime. I like those games, and I've even been able to make it out of the apartment in Sleeping Dogs. That's a pretty fun game. Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 is my favorite. Honestly, everyone seems to hate that game. It's my personal favorite. It has good, pretty much everything. Good story, good gameplay. Even the controls that are different, which I hated before. They're now actually my favorite part of the game because, you see, in the other Assassin's Creed games, you're pretty much overpowered. I mean, you can just hold a button and you can just hold RT and keep pressing the X button and you will be sure that you will kill every single person on screen. However, in 3, it's different. Some guys can easily be killed by countering them and attacking them, but there are others that can block your attacks and even parry and attack you back. So you have to know how to deal with those guys too, which is fun. I actually like that. But I don't like Black Flag or anything that has to do with a ship because you have to sea to sail, and I don't know where land is. Because you have to sea to find land. I've tried playing the Just Cause games, and they're fun enough. They're fun, but I don't like it because you have to press the buttons it tells you to get into vehicles, and which is why I don't know why you can't just press a button and get into the vehicle. I mean, Prototype does the same thing, but at least it's the same button over and over again. This game, you have to press certain buttons and randomly, and I hate those games where you have to do that. I can easily play the Mortal Kombat 9 and 10 or X or whatever you want to call it, because there's no walking around. You just go through the story and fight. That's it. Let's see. What else? There was another one I know there was. I like the Transformers games, and yes, I also like the Transformers, the Michael Bay movies. But again, they're fun enough. The games based off the movies are. At least the first one. I tried playing the second one, but you have to see for that one too, and I don't think there's cheat codes, but if there are, please tell me. I haven't played 3 or 4, but 4 doesn't really have a game except for mobile devices for some reason. But, oh well. Number 1 is my favorite of the game series because I like playing as Blackout in the PS2 version, and it's like playing Ace Combat or something. It's really those dogfights, you get to blow up helicopters, planes, and tanks. It's pretty fun. And then if you're not in the mood for shooting at things in your helicopter form, you can just go up and you can just go to your robot form and grab tanks and planes and all that. Just throw them. Yeah. I can also play the Hulk games, like Ultimate Destruction and the one based off the movie. Oh yeah. I love those games. Rampage, Total Destruction is another one. Or, yeah, Total Destruction. It's another good one. Now, there are audio games, and not many people know about them, but they're actually really good if you can... there are a lot of them that aren't very good, okay? Like, there are ones that have terrible sound effects, like, absolutely wretched sound effects. The games are still fun, but since I grew up with video games and didn't discover audio games until a few years ago, it's not that easy to adjust to. But there are a few exceptions, like this one called Manamon. It's basically having the same effect that Pokemon had when it first came out as a video game. It was a huge hit. It's taking the blind community like storm, just like Pokemon once took the gaming community by storm. It's pretty darn good. And the sounds are fantastic. The music is great. Again, it's just like Pokemon, so it's not much different at all. But it's just basically Pokemon that's an audio game. But the thing about this one is you don't need special scripts or code to download like in the other actual audio game Pokemon games where you had to have certain files to code and all that. But, yeah, that's basically it. And I don't know how long I've been talking, but, I'm just trying to talk more about what I like and what I don't like and stuff like that. If there are games that I probably wouldn't like, it's probably games like Skyrim. Again, I could play it, but that's only because I can spawn things with my computer. I can't play it on anything else because everything is a barren wasteland and I cannot find where I'm supposed to go. Even when you go to the city, you have to go through the gate instead of just being dropped off back at the city. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And it's such a good sounding game. But Vikings, Battle for Asgard, I guess is what it's called, or Osgard, whatever it is. Good game with some enemies, but you have to see. Once again, it's a game where you have to see to find the enemies. Dang it. At least in the battles, it gets better. That's a good thing. Bad thing is you can't really replay missions unless you beat it. You can only replay missions unless you beat the game, you can't replay when you beat the game, you can't replay other missions. But other games I can play is Infamous. I love that series. Especially Festival of Blood, where you get turned into a vampire. It's pretty fun, but again, it's another way I have to see this do the missions, but just set me off in free roam mode and I got it. It's a pretty fun game. Alright, well, I'm sure I blabbered on for long enough. I'm just trying to make longer videos. Hopefully this may reach an audience. But if it hasn't, oh well. Alright, well, this is Dalenlewin, signing off.